here are graduates. They are people in the main who've got their degree or they've got equal experience as artists, who work with us as members of our evening FAPD, Fine Art Professional Development course. So that is a course together, ideas, and we help set a theme. Now the theme is totally up to the members of the group to decide whether they want to discard it. This year, leeway for some fun to be had on that. And I think what we can do really, since the artists are here, I mean, maybe if we walk around. So I think the first person we've got here is Jenny. Jenny, just say a few words about how you take the work.
Right. Well, I started off the year playing about with colour and reading a lot about colour as well. So, with what I would say was an underpainting.
Okay.
But I quite liked them as they were.
Mm-hmm.
They were quite pleasing to the eye. But I felt that I needed to go a step further with them. So I just happened to be watching film, and so I thought, bending the rules. So that was on the first level. Then on another level, if you have an ace card, the actual card symbols would be painted negative spaces instead. Look at an ace card. The A for ace is always in the top left-hand corner, and in the top right-hand corner is a small version of the symbol. So I decided to leave the symbols out.
Okay.
And I also decided to put the A's in opposite corners rather than in the correct place. Just to make it symmetrical.
Yes, and it works really well.
Yes, and also I put the wrong colours together.
Yeah, okay. What's a wrong colour? Just could you quickly give me an idea what a wrong colour is?
Well, I wouldn't put red next to blue. I'd maybe put red and green next to each other.
Blue and green should never be seen.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Great. No, I think that I really like them. I think they work very well as painting.
Thank you.
Particularly your study of colour and looking at people like Itten and Albers, I think it's coming out in really interesting places. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Jenny. Thank you for your time. Some people who aren't here, behind you is Lizzie Hill's work here. Lizzie sadly lost her degree show last year. She's got this opportunity to she'll have to tell you, maybe she can comment on Instagram how this is bending the rules, but there's an element of that. I mean, bending the rules can be taken in an extremely wide brief. It doesn't have to be as literal as bending the rules. It might be your own rules that get bent there. Behind here we have John. Would you like to come and talk about this work is called Your Move. So tell us a bit about Your Move, John. Your very interesting sculpture.
Basically, it's a sculptural form, but it appears to be some sort of games board, some sort of game, but there are no rules to bend in this. The pieces are loose, so people can come and move them about as they choose and see.
Oh, you can actually. Am I allowed to?
Yeah, you can move the pieces and see.
Is this a winning move? Is it?
It could be.
I'll just make it up. Let's see. Okay, that's great. They're lovely objects as well, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, are they hand fabricated or are they machine fabricated?
No, they're machine fabricated. They come from manufacturers who cut it exactly to the size you want and polish it.
Yeah, they're great. I really like them. That's great. And you've got another piece down there, so maybe we'll come to that later. I'll just finish up here. Yes. So we have a painting here, Heavy Metal, by Pat Grips here, which is a really interesting painting. I believe that this motif here was inspired by one of our visiting lecturers, Tony Charles, actually. So it's a really nice homage, and that's where the term heavy metal comes from. I think it is, unless it's Pat's got a liking for Iron Maiden. I think that's probably if we move on. through here, we have a work by Sally Eldars, which is a really interesting dummy, using recycling and all sorts of found plastic there. I think, I mean, Sally's quite follow that account. It's a really interesting account of emissions on there. We have another painting by Pat, which is, does this one have a title, Pat?
With capes.
Haribo Bear with capes, there we go, excellent. That's great, and it goes lovely, the colour choice, the way it works with that, this is great. Then we have Pep's Barkin here, after the Haribo Bear, with the last word. I think we'll say more about Pep's work as we get to it. Moving through, we have Jane. Where's Jane? Jane, would you like to say anything about your two really interesting abstract paintings that you made here?
Well, yes. First of all, I was very much influenced by your colour tutorials, obviously, because it's very highly coloured.
Thank you.
But I did respond to the title of Breaking the Rules, and I saw two sides to breaking the rules. As an ex-HR person, they can be very creative people, and that moves things on. But there's also an element of an impact on others when that happens, and so with these two paintings I was trying to represent the two extremes really. So this one here was based on William Webb Ellis and his creation of rugby.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly, because he allegedly ran with the ball because he got bored with the rules of football. So that's, the orange is very much there, recognising the creativity, and obviously the black, white and grey is the rules that we make. And
the other one?
The other painting is based, or rather was inspired by the celebrities breaking the rules and having their big birthday parties during lockdown when they shouldn't have done. And I just wanted to make it look like a chaotic party was going on.
Yeah, I think you've achieved that really well. I mean, it's also got a really good rhythm going through it as well. The way the colour dances through there is really good. Is it acrylic that's painted in?
It's a mix. It's acrylic and gouache.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for that, Jane. And then next to it we have a really interesting abstract painting by Elaine Leslie, who unfortunately isn't here with us today, so she couldn't make it, but there's some more of her work. Again, I think sometimes the bending of the rules is an internal bending of the rules. Maybe it could even be the rules that you normally govern your painting practice to bend those, and that's certainly what Elaine's been working with. Moving on, we have this work by Frederick Jones here. This is actually really interesting. Frederick's process is a kind of drawing with space. These look sculptural, but they're actually made with, I believe, a pen. It makes a 3D drawing. So really interesting, and actually a very good curatorial combination to talk to the work behind that with James on there. We have two more works here by Pep's Barkin, excuse me, which, from my understanding, which she can explain it much better, but it started with, I think it was the thought for the day in the Times. Is that, isn't it? It was the thought for the day in the Times that she started transcribing these thoughts of the day, and then began to abstract them using colour and line and different ways of themselves at there. Moving on. Paintings here. I don't think Sonia wants to. Do you want to say anything about your paintings here, Sonia? Quickly, just to. Okay, Sonia. So Sonia Griffin, you've got two slightly different actually around here. So go on now.
I'm being greedy, not really. So these are ice cream lids mounted on cup hooks, and they're Cornish ice cream, and in a way lids. It's plastic lids. They are to do in a way with the sort of what we do, the whole idea of, you know, buying something from somewhere that maybe you want to be, and then using that and painting St Ives painters in that sort of slightly design, and yeah, in that sort of time.
Great.
And so that's what. And the cupbooks are the whole thing about it being at home. So they're called At Home, but Away.
Yeah. Great.
So.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Sonia. And then we have got Ginny Legs paintings here. And if we come through, we have a painting here by Faye Cameron to there. Really quite a nice dialogue with actually the degree show work that we saw from Helen Buck actually on that. We have John's second piece there. I mean, is there anything you want to add to that one, John?
Yes, really this is about playing with perception.
Yeah.
As you walk up to this, you can see virtually nothing, just
Yeah.
a little plane of colour, and it gradually builds up as you get closer and closer. You can see that
Yeah.
it has got a structure, and
Yeah.
there are blocks there with colour on them.
So that's great. Come to us from Switzerland, believe it or not, by Phil Woodward. Sent those through. He's joined us on Zoom dutifully every other week on our FAPD groups. And so well done. It was a real treat to get those and be able to see those. That they're preliminary studies that are worked up into full paintings. And if you go onto his Instagram account, Phil Canvas, you'll see what it looks like on the fully realised versions. But we're delighted to have these ones here with us.